Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We are live from the Fairbury Speedway here live on the VLR Facebook page. My name is Tommy Rue. We got Joe White with the OSR Racing Network running the production cams here tonight. And joining me in the booth, we got the special guest, the voice of the Fairbury Speedway, Mr. Mike Norris. Mike, how you doing, bud?
Well, I'm doing so awesome. It's so happy to be here and be a part of iRacing for the first time in my life. And I want to appreciate your Joe, yourself, and Tommy for letting me be a part of this, especially at my home track, Fairbury Speedway, #FALS.
Now, Mike, you know a lot about the Fairbury Speedway. What kind of characteristics does the Fairbury Speedway have in real life that you're expecting to see here tonight on iRacing?
Well, I tell you what, in real life, the Fairbury Speedway, that's always tacky early on, and it'll get slicked off and has a cushion. I think the most races I've been watching on iRacing, if somebody can find a little grip around the bottom, they have a chance. But that top side gets pretty dominant, and drivers, like Mike McKinney, he was supposed to be here, but he's been winning on iRacing. He loves to put it up against the fence, sparking and arcing and having some fun. But some good drivers in here. I think your winner's going to come up on that top shelf.
Well, Mike, we got 60 of the best iRacing modified drivers getting set to take the racetrack. We're going to have 5 heat races tonight. Each one is going to be 8 laps in distance. Caution flags will not count, courtesy of iRacing. And then we'll have 3 last chance qualifiers. We'll take the top 3 out of each one of those. It'll make up our 24-car starting field. These drivers will be competing for a $250 purse, courtesy of Hooker Harness coming on board, sponsoring that extra $50. Was $200 to win. That'll be an extra $250 to win. Also want to thank TVR for coming on board as tonight's main sponsor, putting up another $50 that'll go throughout the purse. So great thanks to those guys as well for coming on board. But Mike, we're getting set to go here in just a little bit. I do believe we're going to switch over to qualifying here in just a few moments. What are your expectations here in your first iRace?
Well, it's going to be fun. You're going to have to carry the weight here. Definitely one of the main differences that I've noticed, some of the drivers' numbers are a little different than what iRacing lists them as. So I think that's going to be a challenge at first. But once we get to know the name of the number, it's going to be awful fun. Hopefully they can put on a show. As you mentioned, 4 heats, and Hooker Harness, as you mentioned, coming on board. I want to send a big shout out to Neil McPhillips. Always trust those hookers, man. Hooker Harness makes a great product.
Absolutely. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in live on Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you're watching from at home. Hit the like button, hit the share button. We're going to get set to go modified racing here at Falls in just a few moments. Let us know where you're watching out there in the chat section. We'll give you a shout out if we can. But like you said, these guys are in practice right now. The man on top of the leaderboards here in practice, your $4,000 winner with the Team VLR Spring Fling last Thursday evening. Hayden Cardwell in car number 7 currently sits on top of the leaderboards with a 12.464. Dylan Wilson second. Blake Majulis, Chad Prescott, Jordan Casey rounding out your top 5 here in practice. But as this track wears on, these times will slow down, and this track will get racier and racier as we get going.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Track record, yeah, that's pretty close to the track record right there. So track very fast early on, no doubt about it. One of the favorites coming in was the 7 of Hayden Cardwell. It's no surprise to see him at the top of the leaderboard here early on.
Like I said, we are live on the TeamVLR.com Facebook page, just a couple of minutes away, and do believe Race Control has switched it over to qualifying. So we're at qualifying right now. Hayden Cardwell still the man on top of the leaderboards, 13.090. So the racetrack has slowed down to about a half second slower than where we were in practice already. Grant Riles second. Quick on top of leaderboards with a 13.206, and it's Blake Majulis, Jordan Casey, Zach Swain, your top 5, as we have just about a minute left to go in qualifying. Very quick for qualifying, only 3 minutes long.
Good to see Grant Riles up there, car number 16. In the graphics, target line graphics, Studio 10. Car number 16, driver out of Riverview, Florida here. Jordan Casey also up there in car number 99. I know we had a Casey out of Wisconsin. Not sure if that was Terry Casey's relation or not. We'll have to see if we get a confirmation on that. I know Terry Casey.
I was going to say that's actually his son driving out there, Jordan Casey, in the 99.
Well, there you go. Terry Casey out of New London, Wisconsin. Driver had some experience at the Fairbury Speedway, so that's pretty cool as well, Jordan Casey. So Cardwell, Riles, Majulis, Casey, and Mick Swain rounding out your top 5.
All right, 15 seconds left to go here in qualifying. Wrapping up, I believe just about everyone has got a time in except for Austin Simmelman not making the call for qualifying thus far. We'll see if he can get at least one lap in before we go over. Does not appear so. It'll be Hayden Cardwell taking the quick time here at Fairbury Speedway in the modifieds, 13.090, and he will line up on the pole here in heat race number 1, starting alongside him. In car number 14, that'll be Chad Prescott, row number 2 on the inside. We'll see Tyler Ducharme, and to his outside, Cody Slauson, the man of TVR, Till Valhalla Racing, coming on board as tonight's main sponsor. I want to thank those guys for that. Row number 3 on the inside, I'll see Cameron Winiger in car number 29. And to his outside, in car number 4, that'll be Greg Perkins. Wesley Waltney will be on the inside of row number 4 alongside Matt Sanders and Daniel Powell. Dylan Thomas on the inside, outside row number 5. And your 6th and final row here in heat race number 1 on the inside, that'll be Landon Whitfield. To his outside, it'll be Zachary Metzner here in heat race number 1. So it'll be 12 cars, 8 laps to distance. Top 3 will transfer directly to the main event. The rest will have to come from a last chance qualifier.
No doubt about it. Tommy looks good. Big shout out to Lyndon Whitfield. Lyndon Whitfield out of Fairbury, Illinois, car number 321. And normally number 21 at the Fairbury Speedway. So big shout out to Lyndon Whitfield. Of course, one of my best friends is his father, Jason Whitfield. Lyndon, a regular at the Fairbury Speedway in the Sportsman Division. Picked up Rookie of the Year, had a stellar season in 2019. Can't wait to see him on track here in 2020. We'll see how he does. Got his work cut out for him, starting 11th in Heat 1.
Landon Whitfield, Fairbury driver, up here at heat race number 1, we get set to go to be Hayden Cardwell. Looks like he's driving car number 15 here tonight on the inside of row number 1, alongside Chad Prescott. So 15 and 14, your front row. They'll pace around the racetrack 2 times before we turn them loose. Once again, 8 laps to distance, top 3 transfer. And if we get anything like we've had in the practices that I've been watching, this racetrack's going to be really, really good. Seeing a lot of 3, 4, even 5 wide racing. At times you see drivers working around the bottom all the way against the tractor tires down there, and you see guys racing up against the wall on the outside, making those lines work. So we'll see how it goes here at heat race number 1. Should be very, very fun to watch.
No doubt about it. Should be a good time. Again, as you mentioned, Hayden Cardwell, one of the favorites, as we mentioned, coming in. Going to go to work here early on. So we'll see what happens. As you mentioned, the first of 6, 10 laps, top 3, heat 1. Here we go.
And it'll be Hayden Cardwell taking the race lead. Chad Prescott going to dip back down the inside. They'll go side-by-side racing for the lead here in turn number 3 and 4.
Looks like Prescott going to dive down to the inside. Cardwell's going to hold the top spot. See what they do down here at turn 1 and 2. The caution flag going to come out.
Caution flag coming out. Going to take a look and see who it is on. I think it's going to be on Dylan Thompson. Dylan Thomas in the 03 machine, bringing out the first caution here this evening. Gets together with Cody Slauson and turn around. So Dylan Thomas looks like he'll have to tag the rear of the fields. We have 2 laps down here in heat race number 1. It's Hayden Cardwell out in front showing the way.
Chad Prescott running in that second spot, tried down to the inside, but Cardwell threw a slider on him going into 1 and 2, took the lead. See if Chad Prescott can hold on and try to run down that Hayden Cardwell. Again, Tyler Ducharme, hope I'm getting that right, and Cody Slauson, first couple of rows.
And Cody Slauson, TVR driver, your main sponsor here tonight. Valhalla Racing and the TVR machine starting back on the outside of row number 2 as we rack them and stack them, get ready to go back to green. I do believe this time at a turn number 4. Mike, lead us back to the green.
Well, here we go. We get set and ready to go. Hayden Cardwell in 15. 14 going to be Chad Prescott. Green flag time. Here we go. It's another slider from Cardwell. Slauson looking to cross it back over. Down the back straight away they go. Cardwell again going to work through the middle of the speedway. He's going to hold the top spots. He's going to lead lap 1.
Hayden Cardwell showing the way. Then it's Chad Prescott. Tyler Ducharme holding on to the top 3 spots with Cody Slauson on the outside looking in. And now Ducharme dips down to the bottom looking for position number 2 over Chad Prescott.
Good battle for that second spot. All of a sudden, here comes Tyler Ducharme in car number 7. Going to dig down to the inside. Retransfer as Cardwell continues to show the way. Battle now going to be for that 3rd spot because here comes Cody Slauson, the California driver, going to dig down to the inside, protest for the 3rd spot.
It'll be 2 laps to go this time for Hayden Cardwell, and as I say that, we have a caution out on the racetrack.
It's my February boy. Problems for number 21, Lyndon Whitfield. In Lyndon racing street stocks earlier this week at the Peoria Speedway League. But normally driving a UMP Sportsman in Rookie of the Year last year at the February Speedway. He's got some work cut out for him here in Heat 1.
Yeah, I guess he gets into the back of Dylan Thomas right there, and Whitfield looks like his heat race may be done as the race control has switched over to single file. It'll be a single file restart with 2 to go. We get set to go back to green. Hayden Cardwell showing the way, but the battle's been on for position number 2. You saw 3 drivers going at it. Only the top 3 will transfer. It's still Chad Prescott, Tyler Ducharme hanging on to those 2nd and 3rd place positions as I do believe we'll go green this time out of turn number 4.
So I apologize. I said 10 laps. It's 8-lap heat race. 6 in, 2 to go. Hayden Cardwell, the top spot. Watch the top 3s to bring them off of turn number 4. A couple of laps remain here in heat number 1. Green coming back out.
And Prescott tries to dip back down to the bottom. Couldn't quite make it stick. Cardwell trying to run away with heat race number 1. As we come around, it'll be white flag this time.
Final lap here in Heat 1 at Falls. Battle for that runner-up spot's where it's at. Hayden Cardwell going to drop down to the inside. We'll watch the battle for 3rd. They work into 3 and off of 4. Winner of heat race number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, it'll be Hayden Cardwell. Picking up 2nd, going to be Chad Prescott coming home 3rd and transferring to tonight's A-Main. $250 A-Main at that. That'll be Tyler Ducharme.
And that'll wrap up heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 getting set to take the grid, and we'll go ahead and tell you how they'll line up for heat race number 2. Mike, do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, coming up for heat race number 2 on the pole, going to be car number 16. That'll be Grant Riles. To his outside in car 119, that'll be Mason Crawford. My good friend out of Indiana in car number 25, that'll be Jared Murphy. And to his outside, car number 69, that'll be Corey Whitworth. In car number 62, that'll be Zach Jenkins. In car number 28, Trevor Fitz. Then it'll be in car number 35, Trent Beaver, and 85 will be Cole Harvey lining up 8th. Your 9th starter in car number 51 going to be Ryan Honeycutt. 10th starter outside of row number 5 will be Benji Killian. And in our final row, 5 number 20, Kevin McNatt and Ben Lewis. McNatt in 20 and Lewis in 38. Once again, 8 laps the distance. Top 3 into tonight's A main.
And Grant Riles will be the man on the point alongside Mason Crawford. Jarrett Murphy, your top 3 drivers. Murphy, really excited when he found out you were coming on board to announce this race. Mike, he's been practicing all day. He starts third here in heat race number 2, as I believe we'll go green this time out of turn number 4. It'll be Grant Riles leading back to the green.
So here we go. 8 laps to get it done. Top 3 of the A-man. Kind of a shaky start there, but a couple of cars piling up back. Looks like we're going to stay green. Nope. Caution out. 3 cars involved there. Like McNatt, Lewis, a couple of the drivers involved. Fitz as well.
Couple of cars getting together right there, bunching up on the start, just going a little too fast here on the start and getting turned around. Ben Lewis in the 38, Trevor Fitz, Benji Killian, all involved in that one.
A little nerves, maybe setting in and getting ready to go here. And driver up front, as you mentioned, got a pretty good resume in Riles in 16.
Got Grant Riles in car number 16 out there on the speedway in the D1 RT target line. Graphic Studio, DRI Shocks, Riles Performance number 16, starting on the inside of row number 1 alongside Mason Crawford out there in car number 15. And I do believe we're racked and stacked, getting ready to go back green this time out of turn number 4. Pace truck makes that hard left-hand turn into the infield, and we'll go back green this time.
So here we go. Grant Riles, Mason Crawford. Off of 4. Oh, when Riles gets together with Crawford, we'll see if it affects Riles. He jumps to the outside 3 wide. Crawford going to look to take the lead down to the inside. Looks like he's going to get the job done. Going to throw a slider. Riles is in big trouble. He's outside the top 3. We race on. A couple of cars get together, but we stay green. At Crawford showing the way.
Corey Whitworth moves up to position number 2 in car number 69 alongside Jarrett Murphy as Grant Riles went from the pole sitter to outside looking in at the moment, trying to hang on to position number 4. And now he's being challenged by the 35 of Trent Beaver.
Beaver trying to run him down. Riles trying to get around my man, Jarrett Murphy. Murphy trying to hold on for that 3rd spot and put it in the show. Here it falls. Again, back up front in car number 25. Showing the way is Mason Crawford. Crawford searching around all over the Fairbury Speedway for some traction as he continues to pull away. Works inside out. And another lap in the books. Looks like we got 6 in, 2 to go. The battle for 3rd heating up again. Here comes Riles.
Yeah, it'll be 2 laps to go next time by for Mason Crawford as position number 2 still in undecided at the moment as Jarrett Murphy putting a challenge on Whitworth. Whitworth able to pull away. It'll be white flag next time out of turn number 4 for the 15 of Mason Crawford, but we have a caution out on the racetrack.
Zach Jenkins, as you mentioned, giving thank you producer Joe in our ear for helping us out here. Problems for Zach Jenkins. I tell you what, one thing we need to keep eyes on, that Grant Riles sneaking around the outside of Jarrett Murphy. I think Jarrett Murphy gave him the right elbow there. Says, not quite, Grant. He's going to have to earn it. I think we're going to see a slider here in the final lap. Things about to get fallsy. We'll take the top 3 to the A main. Riles wants it. Murphy's trying to get it.
Looks like Zach Jenkins found one of those tractor tires over in turn number 1 and 2. Always not a fan of those, but Mason Crawford still on the point to be a green-white checkered finish. So these drivers see the green flag, then the white flag, then the checkered. They'll have 2 attempts at the green-white checkered before we determine a winner. And it'll be Mason Crawford leading back to the green. We'll see if they go green this time. The pace truck will pull in, or we'll have to wait one more time. The pace truck does pull in. We'll go green this time at a turn number 4. Once again, green-white checkered.
So here we go. Watch that battle for 3rd. Green flag back out. The battle for 3rd. Jarrett Murphy and Riles. Riles again. Get a spark at Arc the Falls cushion. See if we can put on a show. 2 to go.
It'll be white flag.
Go ahead,
It'll be
Jared.
white flag out this time for Mason Crawford, holding on to position number 1. But the battle is on for the third and final transfer spot as Grant Riles looking on the inside.
Final time as they work into 3 and off of 4. It'll be Heat 2 winner Mason Crawford down to the line. Coming home second will be Corey Whitworth, and Jarrett Murphy, the Indiana boy, gonna put her in the show, comes home third.
Really good drive by Grant Riles. Dug it down to the inside, trying to pull up to position number 3, just not quite enough. And we'll get set to go heat race number 3. Get set to grid up already. Once again, top 3 will transfer, and we'll go ahead and tell you how they'll line up for heat race number 3. Row number 1 on the inside in the 333 machine. It is showing on my end. That'll be Blake Majulis into his outside in car number 80. That'll be Dylan Wilson. Row number 2 will see Blake Brown on the inside in car number 52. Into his outside in the 10. That'll be Casey Brunson. Jed Barton, he'll be on the inside of row number 3 alongside Brett Fair. Not making the call, that'll be Cole Cabré on the inside of road number 4 alongside Braden Johnson. Row number 5 will see Dylan Petty on the inside in car number 5 alongside Farrell Ryan. And your 6th and final row will see Josh Ray in the 77 alongside Derek Line in car number 88. So once again, 12 drivers set to take the grid. Top 3 will transfer over to the main event. Mike, it's been a pretty good show so far.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can see the drivers kind of searching around for the best line here at Fairbury Speedway. You got to wonder if that high side is the place to be, or in the last one, who saw the 16 try to put on a show up there, Riles. But again, a lot of drivers sliding from the bottom to the top. Here we go. We're going to find out. Green flag's out. See how Blake Majulis handles it. One of the iRacing Pro drivers, Majulis in the Mike McKinney throwback dirt tracking app car. Good battle into 3 and off of 4, but Blake Majulis going to lead lap number 1.
He's getting a hard challenge from the 80 car up. Dylan Wilson all the way down there on the bottom, flirting with the tractor tires. Coming out of turn number 2, they're drag racing to turn number 3. Wilson hanging on strong. And we also have a battle brewing up for that third and final transfer spot as Blake Brown currently holding on to it at the moment. It's Brett Ferrer sitting in the 4th position on the outside looking in.
Well, DW's found some traction down to the inside. Dylan Wilson in car number 80, but just as I say that, Majulis pulls away just a bit. Now they're going to switch lines as Dylan Wilson going to take it to the top shelf. Majulis slips up a little bit. We'll see if Wilson can gather him in. Meanwhile, a couple of cars get together. Looks like Brent Fair lost a lot of content, lost some speed there. They're about 3-4 wide for 4th on back.
Great battle for position number 4, but it doesn't matter right now as they're 4 wide almost for that 4th spot. But the top 3 drivers are pulling away as Brent Fair still hanging on to position number 4. But he's got a hungry host of competitors right behind him trying to find a way around him.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Here comes Dylan Wilson to get in. We were talking to the battle up front, heating up as Blake Majulis in 96 shows the way. But here comes Dylan Wilson again in 80, trying to find the best line right now. Good racing here at FALS. Dylan Wilson gets into the cushion over in turns 1 and 2 as they bring her down the back straight away. Majulis going to go to the bottom. And Dylan Wilson going to foul him, looking to go side by side off of turn number 4. Laps winding down. 2 to go.
White flag out right now as Blake Majulis hanging on to the race lead. Dylan Wilson currently sitting in position number 2. Wilson going to take it to the top shelf, trying to dive it back down to the bottom. Not going to be enough. It'll be Blake Majulis taking home the win here in heat race number 3. Dylan Wilson taking home 2nd, and Blake Brown taking home the 3rd and final transfer spot with Brent Fair and Braden Johnson rounding out the top 5.
Good one there. Things got very exciting at the end there as we get set and ready for heat number 4.
Heat race number 4 getting set to take the grid, the 4th of 5 heat races. Then we'll go to 3 last chance qualifiers. Once again, top 3 coming out of the heat races. And row number 1 on the inside here in heat race number 4. That'll be Jordan Casey. And to his outside in the 84, that'll be Clay Devin. Row number 2 on the inside, I'll see Kendall Tucker in the 00 machine alongside Richie Yost in car number 29. Row number 3 on the inside in car number 13, that'll be Chris Silvas. And to his outside, that'll be Lane Dugas in car number 44. Topper Dugas will be in car number 20 on the inside of row number 4 alongside Jack Wrights in that 777 machine. Row number 5 on the inside in car number 50 will be Darren Bell, and to his outside, the 46 will be Adam Stevens. And your 6th and final row on the inside in car number 12, that'll be Ricky Mendoza. And to his outside in the 88 machine, that'll be Blake Pyland. So 12 cars, 8 laps to distance. It'll be Jordan Casey, Clay Devin, your front row sets to lead them back to the green.
Well, here we go. We talked about our pole sitter, Jordan Casey, earlier, the Wisconsin native. Got some snow here in Fairbury the other night. Don't like that. We need to go racing. Forget that snow. We'll see how New Richmond, Wisconsin's Jordan Casey on the pole is going to jump out to the race lead. Clay Devon and car number 84 going to look to his outside the drag race off the 2 down the back straightaway. As Devon now going to race to the outside of Casey. Looking to go side by side for the race lead opening lap here at Heat 4 at Falls on a Friday night.
And Clay Devon pulls out to the race lead, and now Casey getting a big challenge from Richie Yost for that position number 2. Casey able to pull away and now challenge once again Clay Devon for the race lead. Casey looking on the inside.
Battle Casey now going to throw her up to the top shelf where Dad hides the good books. We'll see if he can run down your race leader Devon. Excuse me, Casey. Devon in second. Casey going to dig down to the inside. Can he pull the trigger? Not quite. Devon still leads.
It's still Clay Devon out in front with Richie Yost still hanging on to the third and final transfer spot. Kendall Tucker on the outside looking in. Tucker looks on the inside. Big slider coming. A little contact right there with Richie Yost. And now put Kendall Tucker in position number 3. Yost says not so fast. Looking for the pass once again at turn number 2 down the back straightaway.
Here comes Casey taking a slider of his own on your race leader Devon. They're going to work door to door off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 6 and 2 to go. The battle is on for the race lead all of a sudden. Battle for the lead, battle for the transfer spot. Casey on the outside, Devon down to the inside. Again, they're going to work door to door off 4. Here it falls. A showcase at Heat 4. Giving it Casey, your leader with 1 to go.
Jordan Casey, Clay Devon side by side down the back straight away. Working lap number 7 will be white flag next time by Casey on the outside. And turn number 3, white flag in the air. Lead us home, Mike.
White flag is out. Jordan Casey looking to send it home. Clay Devon down to his inside. What a run for Jordan Casey. Now going to dive down to the inside. We'll see if 7 fouls off 4. What a show. Your winner, Jordan Casey of heat number 4. Second will go to Clay Devon, and rounding out your top 3, going to the 8 main here tonight will be Kendall Tucker in 00.
Richie Yost take home position number 4 with Lane Dugas rounding out your top 5. We get set to go 5th and final heat race coming up. Mike, tell us how they'll line up.
On the pole, going to be car number 43 is Zach McSwain. It was outside of car number 24. That'll be Daniel Cummings Jr. We look to row number 2 to Carter Batterby in car number 21 and Evan C. in car 33. Car number 71 will be Cody Batten. He'll start 5th, and it was outside of row number 3. And car number 2, that'll be Troy Dow. And my man in double deuce, that'll be Kevin Dedman, the North Carolina driver, lead singer of Dirty Grass Soul. And car number 32 will be Benjamin Newman. 1 row back, it'll be 18, Jeremy Thornton and Adam Bush. And to round it out, here in our 5th and final heat will be Larry Kingseed Jr. looking to go green next time by.
And we work down the front straight away. They'll get the 1 to go signal. We'll go green next time at a turn number 4 to be Zach McSwain on the inside, Daniel Cummings Jr. on the outside. 5th and final heat race. It goes pretty fast. We'll have 3 last chance qualifiers coming up right after this one. There'll be 12 laps the distance. Once again, $250 on the line to tonight's A-main winner. Coming to green right here. Green flag is out. Zach McSwain, Daniel Cummings Jr. on the gas in heat race number 5.
McSwain going to dive down to the inside, to the outside of car number 24. Good battle. Here comes 33. I believe that is Carter Batterby. Some new names here for me. But a good race off turn number 4 nonetheless.
Yeah, Evan C. actually in car number 33 as McSwain, Cummings Jr. still side by side. Evan C. will pull up to position number 2. Now dip down to the bottom. Try to challenge Cummings Jr. for that race lead. It's Zach McSwain on the 3rd and final transfer spot with Carter Batterby in position number 4, working down the lap back straightaway on lap number 3.
A good slider from Evan C. Going to work side by side with the race lead. Meanwhile, might have gave up the 2nd spot. Daniel Cummings Jr. continuing to show the way, but they're going to go 3 wide for the runner-up spot. We got a car spinning on the front side. We'll stay green. Evan C. going to stay in that 2nd spot, but what a battle for the 3rd and final transfer spot.
It's Batterby on the inside, going to try to slide up in front of McSwain down the back straightaway, working lap number 5. It'll be 3 laps to go next time by for your leader, Daniel Cummings Jr. But the battle is hot and heavy for position number 3. Now Evan C. challenging for the race leader to number 1 and 2.
Wow, what a monster slider. Can't pull it off. So they work down the back straightaway. Cummings Jr. still leads. C running in that 2nd spot. White flag going to be in the air. What a battle for the race lead. We'll see how this shakes out.
And Cummings Jr. lead him down the back straightaway. Evans C. holding on to position number 2 with the 25 of McSway in pursuit in position number 3. White flag in the air, single file. Will Evans C. have a shot at him?
See if Evans C. can send it home over in 3 and 4. Right now it's Daniel Cummings Jr., but you know what's coming, Falls. Evans C. going to throw her down to the inside of slider of the final lap, final heat, off 4. Not quite. Daniel Cummings Jr., your winner. What a show at Heat 5. Cummings Jr., your winner. Evans C. comes home second. Zach McSwain is going to the big show. He comes home third. Carter Batterby going to be fourth, and Troy Dow rounds out your top 5. Boy, I tell you what a last couple of heats there, 4 and 5, as Daniel Cummings Jr. and C put on a whale of a show to end it there in Heat 5.
Fifth and final heat race in the books. Doesn't get any better than that for a heat race right there. Evans C. did all he could, but just couldn't quite make the slider happen as we get set to go. Last chance qualifier number 1 coming up. It says D-Main on the screen, but we're going to have 3 last chance qualifiers. We'll take the top 3 from each one of those to the main event. It'll be 12 laps to distance, and starting on the inside of row number 1 here in last chance qualifier number 1 will be Cody Slauson in the TVR Till Valhalla Racing entry. Into his outside, the 29, that'll be Richie Yost. Trent Beaver, he'll be in the inside of row number 2 alongside the 21 of Troy Dow. There's Jed Barton, Matt Sanders on the inside of outside row number 3 with Adam Stevens, Kevin McNatt in row number 4. Row number 5 will see Jeremy Thornton, and to his outside, the 77 will be Josh Ray, with Daniel Powell on the inside of row number 6 alongside Darren Bell. And row number 7, your 7th and final row on the inside, that'll be Ryan Honeycutt in car number 51, and car number 32, that'll be Benjamin Newman. So 14 cars, only 3 will transfer to the main event. We'll get set to go green next time out of turn number 4.
Should be a good one here. Track really starting to get racy. Last couple of heat races, again, as you mentioned, top 3 to the A main, 3 B mains to get her done, 250 to win. Get a big shout out to Neil McPhillips and all the folks at Hooker Harness. Here we go. B main number 1, Tommy Rowe, green's out.
And Cody Slauson will lead him down the back straightaway, not for long, as Richie Yost powers around on the outside for the race lead. They go side by side out of turn number 3 and 4. Give the race lead to Richie Yost on lap number 1.
Cody Slauson going to dig down to his inside. And Matt Sanders running in that third spot. Now Sanders going to dive down to the inside of Slauson, thinking about a slider on Slauson to get the sluzz out of the way there. But Slauson going to hold that second spot. Sanders going to be a third. Fourth going to be Jed Barton. Free transfer as, again, back up front, the caution flag does come out.
Caution coming out for Kevin McNatt in car number 20 here in last chance qualifier number 1 as we have 3 laps in the books. It'll be 9 to go when we go back to green. And we'll get them racked and stacked. See if Kevin McNatt will tag the rear of the field, or his race may be done. He has disconnected, so his last chance qualifier is over here on lap number 3.
Yeah, good action. Driver catching the inside U-tire, and that is something my race director sitting next to me. I got to give a big shout out to Jeff Curl. We talked about the modifieds, and boy, oh boy, Jeff Curl won a couple of championships, American Modified Series championships as well. So my technical director sitting next to me is won quite a few races here at the Fairbury Speedway. I want to send a big shout out to Jeff Curl.
Absolutely. I want to thank Mike Norris, the voice of the Fairbury Speedway, for coming on board here tonight. His very first iRacing event. Great to have him on board for the fans here live on the TeamVLR.com Facebook page. So we're back underway here in last chance qualifier number 1. Richie Yost leading back to the green, but here comes Cody Slauson on the inside.
Yeah, they had a little bit of kerfuffle, if you will. I hope James Essex is watching, but a little bit of scrum there on the initial restart there, but 29 of Richie Yost will jump back to the race lead. Slauson pushes a little bit, gives the driver Matt Sanders a chance to get in the show here. Sparking and arcing on that high side. You got to watch Jed Barton, free transfer. Who's it going to be? Barton down to the inside of Sanders. Looking to put her in the show, and a slider for third. We got action side by side. Here comes Slauson in second, but Matt Sanders going to hold on for third.
Yeah, Jed Barton trying to clear 2 cars in 1 turn. Did not quite work, but he had a great run going on. We'll see if he can get the momentum back up once again. Still sitting in position number 4 on the outside looking in as Matt Sanders hanging on to that third and final transfer spot. Now putting some pressure on that 8 machine of Cody Slauson. They almost go 3 wide for position number 2 now.
Yeah, Jed Barton trying to get by Sanders as well. Barton maybe trying to set up Sanders. Sanders kind of pushing the issue on Slauson in that 8 car, but meanwhile back up front, our leaders kind of run away with it. Richie Yost has got about a half a straightaway on him. They're lined up around the high side. Here comes Sanders again to the outside of Slauson. Good battle for the second spot. Now we got action side by side. They're going to dig down to the inside, but the caution does fly.
Looks like it may be on the 32 of Benjamin Newman, spinning around over in turn number 2 here on lap number 10. And Newman now in the pits, so his last chance qualifier will be done. So we have 11 drivers still out on the racetrack as we get ready to re-rack and restack a pretty good race going on for position number 2, Mike. Could get interesting these last 3 laps.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We'll see Jed Barton's been there. He just hadn't been able to pull the trigger yet. We'll see if we go single file or double him up. It looks like, I believe we're going to stay double file, so we do that. Could be a lot of action here in this this first of 3 B main.
Yeah, Richie Yost has looked pretty strong thus far. He's going to lead him back to the green, I do believe. This time, actually, the green flag is back out.
Oh, there we go.
No, they're not out just yet. Pace truck getting set to pull back in. We're getting set to go green this time out of turn number 4. It'll be Richie Yost leading back.
So Slauson and Anderson, Barton. We'll see what happens. Slauson going to down to the inside. Sanders, second Barton. Here comes a slide job. We got all action all over the place. And I think that's what Sanders wanted to see behind him. Slauson going to hold on for second. Third is Sanders. Laps winding down.
Yeah, Troy Dow's trying to throw a monster slide job, just didn't quite work. The top 3 have pretty much separated themselves from the rest of the field. Now Matt Sanders dipping down the inside. The white flag is out. Richie Yost coming to the checkers. Side-by-sides alike. Cody Slauson will take position number 2 with Matt Sanders taking that 3rd and final transfer spot.
So coming home 3rd in car number 49, it'll be Matt Sanders. He's going to the big dance. Cody Slauson in car number 8. And your winner, race fans, in car number 41. Car number 29 on the track. Having a nice round of applause for Richie Yost.
And I do believe we're going to have a track reset coming up. We're going to have some track preparation before we go to our next last chance qualifier. Race admins want to get it a little more racy out there come main event time. So we're going to have a quick track reset, and then we're going to get set to go last chance qualifier number 2 coming out in the speedway. And Mike, you want to tell us how they'll line up?
It looks to be Grant Riles on the pole. Grant Riles in car number 16. There it is, and alongside in car number 21, that'll be Carter Batterby. Inside of row number 2, going to be car number 45. That'll be Braden Johnson, and his outside, car number 29. That'll be Cameron Winiger. In 777, Jack Wrights. In car number 75, that'll be Benji Killian. And double deuce, Kevin Dedman looking to make the show here tonight at Falls. And in car number 5, that'll be Dylan Petty. We move back to row number 5. That'll be Zachary Meitzner in car number 17, and Charles Silvis in car number 26. Behind them, then, that'll be 62, Zach Jenkins, and car 221, that'll be Larry Kingsey Jr. We go to 13th starter, that'll be 88, Derek Line, and 321, Lyndon Whitfield, the Fairbury driver, Cole Cabry, in 14, and Brent Fair is your 15th and final starter here in B main, number 2 of 3, 12 laps of distance. Top 3 go to the $250 to win. Again, we got to thank Till Valhalla Racing, TBR, and Hooker Harness here tonight. 2nd of 3. B-Main's about set and ready to go green. Tommy Rowe, here we go.
And Grant Riles on the gas. Green flag is out. Last chance qualifier number 2 on the speedway. And it'll be Carter Batterby hanging on to position number 2. We got a host of cars challenging for that 3rd and final transfer spot on lap number 1. They almost go 3 wide now for 2nd.
That 2nd spot. Boy, oh boy, here they come for the 3rd spot. We got Cameron Winiger and Benji Killian right there as well. Looking to go side by side for that 3rd spot. Up on the high side is going to be, I believe that's Benji Killian. Killian putting on a show. I believe that's car number 75. Keep your eyes on him.
Yeah, Killian dancing on the outside, trying to find a way around Winiger for the third and final transfer. Building up the momentum, taps the wall right there, going into turn number 3. And now here comes the 45 of Braden Johnson. 3 cars, 1 spot up for grabs, the third and final transfer spot.
Killian going to look to the outside of Cameron Winger now for that third and final transfer spot. He looked good the closer he was up on the wall there. I thought he had some better momentum. We'll have to try to get it as a caution comes out on lap 5.
And the caution coming out for Larry Kingsey Jr. and Derek Line in the 88. I want to give a shout out to the guys out on Facebook right now. We got right around 570 viewers. Let's make that 600. Can we even get it to 1,000? Hit that like button, hit the share button before the main event. See if we can't get 1,000 live viewers for the main event. We got Mike Norris, the voice of Fairbury, in the booth calling the race here tonight. We got one more last chance qualifier coming up right after this one. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Let's get 1,000 viewers here tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I got to give a shout out to some of my friends also watching back here in Fairbury. We got a big old bus over there in turn number 4, so a big shout out to all the friends sitting up on the bus, especially Adam Metz. Over in turn 2, but the voice as well, the voice of iRacing right now on dirt, Ben Shelton, he's watching them. So big shout out to Ben Shelton. I hope I'm doing you proud, my man. He gave me a pep talk before we started.
Well, we're getting set to go back green here for last chance qualifier number 2. Grant Riles back on the gas. Carter Barberby in position number 2. Then Benji Killian, Cameron Winiger. Now here comes Dirty Grass Soul Kevin Dedman in the mix. 3 cars for the third and final transfer spot. 3 wide into turn number 3.
Yeah, Double Deuce trying to do me proud. KD and Double Deuce down to the inside. Look at him go. Kevin Dedman singing us a song in 22, trying to make the top 3's 5th right now. He's got some work to do, but putting on a show, trying to work around Cameron Winger. Can't quite get the job done. Now he's down to the inside. Keep your eyes on Kevin Dedman, the North Carolina driver, coming to the front.
Cameron Winiger still holding on to position number 4, but that's not where you want to be as Kevin Dedman takes it top shelf. Benji Killian, the man actually on the bubble right now, position number 3. He's got to love what he's seeing in his rearview mirror if he's watching one, because these guys are going at it back here. In position number 4, Kevin Dedman upside down hard.
Heck. Yep, Kevin came right into our view there, upside down. Looks like he was racing for position pretty hard, got turned, and went over a couple times. So not the way he wanted to end it his night, but tell you what, make sure to get out and check out Dirty Grass Soul. They do a good job.
And we may have to go check on Kevin Dedman in the infield care center after this one. Took a wild ride over in turn number 3. Man. But nonetheless, it's Grant Riles still the man on the point with Carter Batterby. And then it's Benji Killian holding on to that third and final transfer spot. And if those guys ever behind him can get single file and try to catch Killian, we could have the race of the year for that third and final transfer spot here in last chance qualifier number 2. Coming to green, I do believe next time out of turn number 4, Pace Truck should be making that hard left-hand turn. Grant Riles and the 10 of Carter Batterby coming back to green. Green flag is back out, and it'll be 3 laps to go this time. Riles down the back straightaway as your race leader. Then it's Batterby, and they're 3 wide almost for position number 3. And we got a caution out on the racetrack. Braden Johnson, the man with the caution call right there, as we have lost the voice of Fairbury for just a moment. We'll see if we can't get him back in here as quickly as possible. Mr. Mike Norris having some connection issues right now. We'll get him back in here. We'll tag team this once again. We're in last chance qualifier number 2. It's Grant Riles in the 16th showing the way, followed by Carter Batterby, Benji Killian, top 10 drivers. It'll be green-white checkered, I do believe, here in last chance qualifier number 2. Mike Norris has let me know that he lost sound. We'll see if we can't get him back in.
I'm back.
And he is back. Didn't miss much action. We're back under caution for the second time here in Last Chance Qualifier number 2.
Had to go get another beer. My bad.
Ran out of Busch lattes, I see.
Yep, my technical director. This cord's a little short, so I think I keep screwing where I'm sitting here. The cord's sitting in my lap, and I get excited, watching these races. It's just like watching from up in the tower here at Fairbury, and I keep messing up this cord here. So I'm not going to blame my technical director, Jeff. It's all me. So we're getting ready to go back to green. It's Grant Riles, Carter Batterby, and Cameron Winiger, your top three transfer. Here we go.
Enemy 2 to go. Grant Riles back on the gas. Lead them down the back straightaway. White flag will be out next time. Carter Batterby, Benji Killian, top 3 spots for now. But here comes car number 5 of Dylan Petty. White flag in the air.
Keep your eyes on number 5, Dylan Petty. Petty going to dive down to the inside of Benji Killian. Looking to go side by side for the transfer spot. He's going to stay there down to the inside. Killian trying to hold on. Going to get the job done. A little contact, but he makes the show. He comes home as he's sitting in that 3rd spot.
Really good race right there for position number 3, but taking home the win in car number 16, Grant Riles, Carter Batterby, and Benji Killian, your 3 drivers from Last Chance Qualifier number 2. And we'll get set to go Last Chance Qualifier number 3. 3rd and final Last Chance Qualifier coming up before we get ready for our 50-lap main event for $250 to win, courtesy of Tilvahala Racing and Hooker Harness. Thank those guys for coming on board. And we'll go ahead and tell you how they'll line up for Last Chance Qualifier number 3. Britt Fair, he'll be on the inside of row number 1 alongside car number 4 of Greg Perkins. Row number 2 on the inside in car number 44, that will be Lane Dugas. And to his outside in the 85, that'll be Cole Harvey. Cody Batten, he'll be on the inside of row number 3 alongside Casey Brunson in car number 10. Row number 4 on the inside in 71 and 81, that'll be Wesley Gwaltney. And to his outside in car number 12, that'll be Ricky Mendoza. Ben Lewis, he'll be on the inside of row number 5 alongside the 48 of Adam Bush. Farrell Ryan, he'll be on the inside of row number 6 alongside the 03 of Dylan Thomas. Blake Pyle and Trevor Fitz will be the inside outside row number 7. And bringing up the rear, shotgun on the field here in the 3rd Last Chance Qualifier in car number 20, that'll be Topper Dugas. 15 cars, 12 laps to distance, only the top 3 will transfer to the main event. Mike, it's been pretty fun thus far.
Yeah, it's been some great racing, no doubt about it. Track is really, really racy here. I can't wait for this 50-lapper, but we got one more B main to go here. Jarrett Murphy tried to put it in the show, the Indiana boy, car number 25. Britt Fair, Greg Perkins on the front row. Green's out. Britt Fair going to jump out to the race lead. Good battle for that 2nd spot. It'll be Greg Perkins sitting in 2nd and Cole Harvey in 3rd. One of the books, 11 to go.
Almost 4 wide coming out of turn number 4 for the runner-up spot is Greg Perkins on the outside trying to hang on. That's Cole Harvey dipping down to the bottom as they go side by side over into turn number 3 and 4. Give position number 2 now to Cole Harvey as Perkins dips back down to 3rd, now looking on the inside.
He had a good shot as they come down the back straightaway. You can see those guys working the wheel. Perkins and Harvey battle it out for the runner-up spot, but Britt Fair showing the way here at Falls.
Yeah, Fair looking really good here in Last Chance Qualifier number 3, trying to put it in the show. Cole Harvey hanging on to 2nd. Still got position number 3 up for grabs as they go 3 wide for position number 4. Now Lane Dugas sitting on the outside looking in, being challenged by the 71 of Cody Batten.
Yeah, they get together now as the drag race down the back straightaway. We get Lane Dugas and Cody Batten. A lot of contact, more contact. And the caution comes out. I'm not sure if it's for Batten as he dukes Lane Dugas and Cody Batten. Batten kind of dukes a hazard over the infield tire there as Dugas, I believe, is stopped in the inside. So Britt Fair, Cole Harvey, Greg Perkins, your top 3 right now.
Yeah, Casey Brunson, Ben Lewis rounding out the top 5. Dylan Thomas starting in position number 12, I do believe, is up close towards the top 5 at the moment as well. But Brent Fair trying to show the way, get into the main event. That 50-lap main event still yet to come. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Had a little bit over 500 viewers. We're down to about 462 right now, so let them know we're racing here at Fairbury. Mike Norris on the call. Still got the big 50-lap main event coming up right after this. $250 going to the winner.
Race control says we're not going green, so we'll try it again next time by. Yeah, no doubt about it. Tell you what, my first iRacing call. This is pretty sweet. Once you learn how to get your settings right and the controls right, and figure out who's in which car, it's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun, and I appreciate everybody on here letting me come in and be a part of this.
Pace trucks in. We're back underway. Brent Fair on the gas. Green flag is out. Cole Harvey, Greg Perkins side by side. Race off into turn number one. How about 3 wide almost for the lead now?
Good battle for the race. Comes Cole Harvey. Now we got a driver clearly outside in car number 71. Not sure who that is. Boy, he's put on a show in car number 71. I believe that's Greg Perkins. Down the back straightaway they go, looking for the race lead. The 2-for-1 deal gets kind of rubbed into the wall. Brent Fair trying to hold the top spot. Cole Harvey there as well. What a race.
Yeah, Cody Batten on the outside, working that top shelf of the racetrack, going to take it up once again, trying to challenge for the race lead. Now he falls back, loses about 3 or 4 spots working that outside, as Perkins was sitting in position number 3, now finds himself sitting back in 6, as Trevor Fitz working the outside has found himself into a transfer spot.
No doubt about it. Trevor's the man on the move in car number 28 right now as he works down the back straightaway. Looking for that second, so he's got it. Now going to challenge for the race lead. Trevor Fitz, the man on the move here at Falls, and our final P main.
Trevor Fitz started 14th here in last chance qualifier number 3. Has worked his way up to second, now challenging Cole Harvey for the race lead. On the outside, down the back straightaway. It'll be white flag in the air, side by side. Trevor Fitz on the outside from 14th to first, 1 lap to go.
My goodness, what a race. Now the battle for third. We're going to have to watch Cody Batten as he's going to hold that third spot. The final time as they work into 3 and off of 4. What a drive from 14th to the win. Cars getting together, but your winner, how about it for Trevor Fitz?
Cole Harvey taking home second. Cody Batten will take home that third and final transfer spot, putting on a show, working the top shelf of the racetrack, but can't say enough about 14th to first. There were 15 cars that started, so he started second to last and drove up to the race win using the outside of the racetrack. Great drive by Trevor Fitz. And Mike, we're going to have just a few minutes of hot laps. They have a warm-up right before the main event, and we're going to go 50 laps of main event racing.
It's going to be a good time, no doubt about it. This track seems to be almost perfect for 50 laps as they got to warm up here. But boy, oh boy, if the last couple of heat races and those B mains are any indication of this 50 lapper, it's going to be a showstopper for sure. Again, as you said, make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit the share. It's going to be awesome. 50 laps, 250 on the line. And again, I want to thank Tillville Hollow Racing and Hooker Harness, TBR and Hooker Harness for putting on it's going to be an awesome 50-lap show, 250 to win.
Yeah, 250 to win, courtesy of this is the Tillville Hollow A main event. We'll see who can park it into the Hooker Harness victory lane here tonight. Thank those 2 sponsors for coming on board. $250 to win. I do believe it'll pay the top 10 spots for starting tonight's main event. Down at $10 to enter. So if you finish at least 10th in the main event, you'll make your money back. But you can make up to $250 for winning the event. And it'll be Hayden Cardwell, the $4,000 winner from last Thursday night, VLR Spring Fling winner. He'll be on the pole for tonight's main event. All right, Mike, we're getting set to go 50 laps of main event racing. Race Control has advanced it to the main event, and we're getting set to read out the starting lineup, starting on the inside of road number 1. And car number 7, that'll be Hayden Cardwell. And to his outside, in the 15, that'll be Mason Crawford. Row number 2 on the inside will be Blake Majulis. And to his outside, that'll be Jordan Casey. Row number 3, you'll see Daniel Cummings Jr. To his outside, Shad Prescott. It'll be Corey Whitworth, Dylan Wilson on the inside, outside row number 4. Clay Devin Evansy on the inside, outside row number 5. Tyler Ducharme, Jarrett Murphy in row number 6. On the inside of row number 7, we'll see Blake Brown in car number 74 alongside the 00 of Kendall Tucker. Row number 8 on the inside, we'll see Zach Swain and Richie Yost on the outside in car number 29. Row number 9 on the inside, and car number 16, you'll see Grant Roslin to his outside. In the 28, he went from 14th to 1st in his last chance qualifier. That'll be Trevor Fitz. Row number 10 on the inside, we'll see Cody Slauson, Carter Batterby. On the inside, outside, row number 10, row number 11, we'll see Cole Harvey, Matt Sanders. And your 12th and final row, we'll see Benji Killian in the 75 on the inside, and Cody Batten rounding out the field in the 71B. 24 drivers, 50 laps the distance. Caution flags will not count. Mike, it's going to get pretty good.
No doubt about it. We have seen some great racing here. And Hayden Cardwell and Mason Crawford on the front row, Blake Majulis and Jordan Casey. It's going to be a show for sure here at the Fairbury Speedway. No doubt about it. As you mentioned, 50 laps. Anything can happen. Just saw a car go from 24th to 1st. So you set, ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, off turn number 4, 5th lap, $250. We're green here at Falls.
And it's Mason Crawford, or excuse me, Hayden Cardwell leading down into turn number 1, a pair of 15 cars. Going to get me confused right there down the front straightaway, side by side. Then we got Blake Majulis, Jordan Casey, side by side for position number 2. Great racing action early on at Falls.
That'll be Mason Crawford on the high side. Down to the inside, going to be Hayden Cardwell. We'll see if Majulis can get anything going in the Mike McKinney, car number 96. That car has won a lot of races at the Fairbury Speedway. Got a points championship as well, running in that 3rd spot. But Casey going to drive around him, now go to 3rd. The battle for the lead heating up. Here comes Hayden Cardwell showing the way, but I believe Mason Crawford looking to go by. A pair of 15s battle it out to the top spot here at Falls. Caution comes out as Crawford was about to take the lead.
Yeah, Crawford building up the momentum on the front straightaway, and I do believe that's going to be Cody Slauson. The caution coming out here on lap number 4 of 50. Actually, they have 60 on the server, so we may be going 60 laps, Mike. Even better. But nonetheless, caution coming out. Cody Slauson, the TVR driver, the sponsor of the A main event, the TVR Mods at Falls main event here tonight. He'll have the opportunity to tag the rear of the field as we're 4 laps down. Mason Crawford, Hayden Cardwell, pair of 15 cars showing the way.
Could be pretty fun. Jordan Casey looks strong in his heat race, no doubt about it. Blake Majulis, that name very popular here in iRacing. Good run tonight for Shad Prescott, Dylan Wilson. We'll see if Daniel Cummings Jr. or Evan C. is another driver we talked about earlier in car number 33. We'll see if Evan C. in car 33 can get her going as well. 60-lap main event off 4. Green flags back out. Here we go.
And Cardwell back on the gas as Crawford on the outside didn't quite get the jump as he'll stick to the outside. Cardwell is going to take a top shelf once again as he clears Mason Crawford that time. They go 3 wide, almost for position number 3. Casey down the bottom with Blake Majulis on the outside, the Mike McKinney lookalike.
Blake Majulis going to drive her up to the outside. You got to pull up to the bumper of Cardwell there. As they say, single file now. They're going to go to the outside. We'll see if Cardwell can get things going, but the caution comes back out once again.
Trevor Fitz and car number 28, Tyler Ducharme in the 7 getting together over in turn number 2, I do appear.
So cars really starting to move around on the racetrack there. Mason Crawford's got his hands full as trying to hold back Hayden Cardwell. It's going to be interesting to see a couple of guys, a little traction strip right around the bottom. We'll see if how many cars can ring the bell on the top side, or how many guys dip down to the inside. So good racing surface right here. Could be fun feature event, but good drive so far for Mason Crawford.
A great drive for Crawford. Used the outside of the racetrack early on to power around Hayden Cardwell. Now Cardwell, he'll have the opportunity to restart on the outside, see if he can't get the run that Crawford did. And it'll be Blake Majulis, Jordan Case on the inside, outside, row number 2, Dylan Wilson, Shad Prescott. As I do believe we're going to get set to come back to green right here. We have 7 laps down. It'll be 53 to go. Green flag is back out.
Good start for Mason Crawford once again. Here comes Hayden Cardwell. Trying to reel him in, going to go bumper to bumper down the back straightaway. Majulis going to dip down to the inside for that 3rd spot. They go up to the top side. Here comes Casey around Majulis for 3rd. He's going to get the job done. Up on the high side over in 1 and 2. Now a slider from Majulis back around Casey, but Casey does the same thing as he retakes third. They're going to go 3 wide for that third spot. A gaggle of them off 4 for the third spot.
What a battle for third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, as I do believe that's Dylan Wilson and Blake Majulis getting together, and that'll bring out the caution here on lap number 10. Tough break for those drivers. They had a great run going on in the top 5, as that puts Blake Majulis back in position number 20, and Dylan Wilson currently sitting in position number 15 or so.
So tough break for Blake Majulis there. Looked like he was just going to settle in maybe around the top side, and then he decided to go to the bottom. But a couple of guys get together, him and Dylan Wilson. Now Wilson pulling to the infield. Not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, I do believe these guys have one opportunity at a fast repair, so they can go into pits and get a quick repair and come out in the racetrack. Their car is damaged, so I do believe that's what Wilson is doing. Take it to the pits. He'll tag the rear of the field with a fresh race car, and they'll re-rack them, restack them, go green. Next time at a turn number 4 to be 10 laps down, 50 to go.
Mason Crawford showing the way. Hayden Cardwell in that second spot. It's been a good battle up front between those 15s. 15J of Hayden Cardwell, but Crawford's done a good job holding them off. Keep your eyes on the 42 of Casey. Green back out. Here we go.
And Casey on the bottom of the racetrack going to try to slide up in front of Cardwell. Not going to quite happen, and we got a host of cars getting together on the back straightaway. We stay green for a moment. We'll see if we still stay green. We do, and we'll keep racing. 3-car dance for the race lead out of turn number 2.
Holy smokes, looks like a Walmart parking lot, no doubt about it. Casey digging out of the inside of Hayden Cardwell, but Crawford still going to show the way. In car number 15, 15J behind of him. Going to be Hayden Cardwell in his tire tracks, and a groove lower is Jordan Casey running in that third spot. Casey now going to try the high side. Jarrett Murphy, what a run for the Indiana boy, running in that 4th spot.
Yeah, Murphy started 12th. He's worked up to 4th, so practice is paying off for his favorite announcer, Mr. Mike Norris, up here, the voice of Falls tonight, as he runs in position number 4. But it's Jordan Casey now trying to run down Hayden Cardwell, as the top 3 drivers have pulled away here at the Malls at FALS, the Mods at FALS. A little tongue-tied right there.
Good battle for back of the pack, but Kendall Tucker right there throwing some sliders at Corey Whitworth. So some good action there for 5th. And we'll go up another spot there. Looks like Jordan Casey makes a move as well. Now we get a big wreck. Caution is out.
And we got the 10-car of Carter Batterby involved, 71B, Cody Batten, Blake Brown, all involved in that one. Great racing right there towards the back of the pack. All those drivers running very, very close together, 3 and 4 and 5 wide. The problem is they were just so far back of your top 3 drivers, it really wasn't gaining any ground. But still good racing action going on towards the back, as we'll re-rack them, restack them, try to get one more time. 16 laps down at FALS.
And Mason Crawford in a battle with Hayden Cardwell. Again, it might be one of those deals, running the high side over in 1 and 2. They kind of mix it up in 3rd, but right now the man on the move, as we mentioned, driver from Indiana, Jarrett Murphy, my guy tonight. He was excited, but Jarrett Murphy loves coming over and watching racing at the Fairbury Speedway. Good to see him actually doing well. Came all the way from the 12th spot to 4th. So what a run for Jarrett Murphy at 25.
Another shout out, probably hard charger thus far. Blake Brown started in position, Cody Batten started in position 24. Has worked his way up to the 10th place spot, and that's where he'll restart in the 71B as they wave off the green flag start this time. So we'll go around the racetrack one more time before we turn them back loose. A couple of notable movers. Cody Batten 24th to 10th. Matt Sanders started 22nd, is up to 11th. Carter Batterby 20th to 12th. Up through the field, Richie Yost 16th to 8th, and your boy Jarrett Murphy 12th to 4th. Just a couple of movers coming back to green this time.
As we are coming back to green, we'll see if the pair of 15s, we'll see if Casey can shake it up front. Is he going to dive down to the inside? Murphy going to follow the tire tracks of Cardwell. Maybe Casey found something we talked about down to the inside. Looking for that second spot around Cardwell. Not so fast. Cardwell going to hold on for second. Casey's not done. Going to drive down to the inside, but here comes Jarrett Murphy. A good battle for that third spot. A good battle shaping up for the lead. The other driver's going to dive down to the inside. There goes your leader, Mason Crawford. Crawford's still going to continue to show the way.
Bottom just not quite there enough for Jordan Casey at the moment as these drivers build up a full head of steam on the outside. Mason Crawford still showing the way here at Falls. Now Casey slides in front of Cardwell. Cardwell crossing back over. We have a caution out on the racetrack.
I believe that is Corey Whitworth might have brought out the caution there. That car 6. I apologize, not Corey. Car number 10. Caution out.
Carter Batterby in the 10 machine turned around. And we'll get him to tag the rear of the field. And we'll go back green. Hayden Cardwell giving an end-of-line penalty on that one as well. So your pole sitter here tonight is falling all the way back. He'll have to tag the tail end of the field. Not quite sure what that one's about at the moment.
Another driver, keep our eyes on. I apologize, Kendall Tucker. I was just going to say, Kendall Tucker, good battle behind Terry Casey there with Jarrett Murphy. A couple of guys battle it out. So good battle behind first and second. As we get ready to go back to green. 19 in the books, 60 lap affair, long ways to go. Green back out, here we go.
And the green flag is back out, and Mason Crawford, I do believe, is back out in front as your race leader with Casey down the bottom trying to slide up in front of Crawford. And now they go 3 wide as Crawford into the wall. Here comes the 69 of Corey Whitworth looking for the race lead.
Corey Whitworth throwing some sliders as well. Going to be the Casey showing the way at 42. Second running Mason Crawford, but boy, he's got a gaggle of them behind of him. Jarrett Murphy going to dive down to the inside. Can't make the move as well. Good racing action here at Falls.
Yeah, Crawford trying to work the bottom of the racetrack. We've seen him on the top all night long, but here on lap 22 trying to work the bottom as AC pulling away now. He looks like the man to beat. We got a car upside down over at turn number 2.
It's like Trevor Fitz upside down. Big time caution. Trevor Fitz upside down. Caution out once again.
Not the way you want to find the wall here at Falls. Over at turn number 2, Trevor Fitz just hard drive into the wall, and his race looks like it may be over.
No doubt about it. One thing our eyes on, we talked about Blake Majulis early on, and a car that's fell back, but boy, he's already worked his way back up there, so keep our eyes on Blake Majulis.
Yeah, Majulis a victim early on, had to go back to the rear of the field, just worked his way back up to 6th. Cody Batt, 24th, your dead last starter up into the top 5. Great drive by him. Going to keep our eye on him. Looks like he may have a very fast race car, may have something for Jordan Casey if he can get up there.
No doubt about it. 24th to 5th for Cody Batten. Majulis on the move as well. So we'll see if Casey can hold on. Jordan Casey going to lead us back to green. See if the 15, Mason Crawford, can get her dialed in up on that high side. That's where the action's at here at Falls. Going to dive down through the middle of the speedway. Jarrett Murphy running in a solid 3rd. But out front, Jordan Casey looking strong.
And Crawford, the big slide job into turn number 2. Casey going to dive back down to the bottom of the racetrack, crossing back over. Now Crawford going to stick to the high side, turn number 3 and 4, dive back down to the bottom. Drag race to the line for the race lead. Mason Crawford on the inside, going to try to take it back over once again. We're sliding here at Falls.
Looks like we're at White Castle with a bag of sliders in hand. Going to have a crave case if we keep this up front. Casey showing the way. That is Jordan Casey, but another slider. Once again from Mason Crawford. Crawford again will work down to the inside. Casey to the outside. How about some more entertaining action? What a showcase here tonight at Falls. What a race as Jordan Casey continues to lead.
27 laps in the book. Still 33 to go. Top 2 sliding back and forth. Trading slider. Still Casey on the outside. And we have a caution on the racetrack. Matt Sanders involved, and take a look and see who else is involved as well here. I do believe this is around our 5th or 6th caution here at Falls. I want to thank each and every one of you tuning in live on the Team VLR Facebook page. You're watching the Tilvalhalla Racing Mods at Falls main event, 60-lap main event, $250 to the winner. I'm Tommy Rowe up in the booth, alongside the voice of the Fairbury Speedway, Mr. Mike Norris, with Joe White from the OSR Racing Network with the production here tonight, doing a great job. And Mike's very first time calling an iRacing event. He's got to love what he's seeing thus far.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Get to watch this kind of racing every Saturday night at the Fairbury Speedway. But, yeah, make sure and come on over to the Fairbury Speedway if you've never been over here. We'd love to have you. But got to throw a shout-out to my home track. But this is awesome. I hope to get to be able to do some more. And, yeah, it's a good time. I got to thank Jeff Curl. He's also lives about a block from me, but won multiple features in the modified division here at the Fairbury Speedway. He's hooked me up here tonight, but I want to thank all you folks from VLR and OSR and everybody that's hooked me up here tonight. This is awesome.
Well, we're getting racked and stacked, ready to go. Double file back up. Pace truck should be making that hard left-hand turn into the infield. It'll be 28 down, still 32 to go. Jordan Casey going to lead him back to the green on the inside. Mason Crawford on the outside, coming back to green. Green flag is back out.
See if Jordan Casey can't hold that top spot, but again, Mason Crawford going to jump to the outside. We were exchanging sliders earlier on. It looks like we're going to do the same here on the restart. Crawford going to dive down to the inside. Casey going to do-si-do around him. Back down to the inside. The drive off the court. The caution comes back out.
Caution comes back out. Cody Batten from 24 starting position, putting a lot of pressure on your second and third place drivers right there. Looks like he has a very fast race car also in the top 5. Once again, he's very fast in the modifieds. Keep your eye out on him. And car number 80, Dylan Wilson, lurking in the wings in the 5th place position now. Strode back through the field as we work another caution here at the Fairbury Speedway of 29 laps down, just under halfway home.
It's going to be interesting to see if things kind of settle down a little bit and we get some racing there. Boy, they were throwing sliders at each other again. A lot of action so far. Track really starting to slick off, so should be fun. Second half of this race. The first half's been absolutely entertaining. Second half, I don't think it's going to disappoint as well.
Yeah, we just need to get a couple of green flag laps in consistently. These drivers having a little trouble with these restarts. We'll see if they can't get it together right here as we rack them and stack them once again. Jordan Casey on the inside. Mason Crawford on the outside. Set to lead him back to the green. And it's Whitworth Batten back through the inside. Outside road number 2. Pace trucks back in, Mike.
Keep our eyes. One driver we're not talking too much about, the car number 69 of Whitworth. So here we go. Green flags back out. As Casey going to jump out again to the race lead. As they work down the back straightaway. This time no sliders coming. As they mind their P's and Q's. A couple of guys battle it out back there. Dylan Wilson and 80 looking to go 3 wide for the third spot. Good racing action. Cody Batten in 71 going to hold that third spot. But here we go. Just as I mentioned, a big slider coming.
Dylan Wilson, he'll slide up in front of Whitworth for position number 4. Cody Batten started 24th. He has worked his way up to position number 3, and he may not be done just yet. He's cleared the 80 of Wilson and the 69 of Whitworth. Now has his sights set on the top 2 drivers as we work lap number 32.
Mason Crawford trying to get around Jordan Casey for the race lead, but he's going to have his hands full because here comes the charging 71 of Cody Batten. They're lined up around the high side here at the Fairbury Speedway for the moment. Running in that 4th spot will be the 80 of Dylan Wilson.
Jordan Casey still about a half-second lead. Now here comes the big slider from Batten on the 15 of Crawford. Crawford crosses him back over down the front straightaway. And here comes Dylan Wilson as well. About to be a 3-car dance. Batten trying to clear Mason Crawford for position number 2. And I say that we have a caution on the speedway.
Cole Harvey bringing out the caution here. So a lot of action as the 71 of Cody Batten on a show here at the Fairbury Speedway, no doubt about it.
Yeah, he's got a hot rod here tonight. Started dead last, has worked his way through the field, was putting a heavy pressure on Mason Crawford. Jordan Casey trying to run away with it, though. He's still got just under 25 laps to do so. 35 laps in the books. It'll be 25 to go when we go back to green.
Jordan Casey doing a fine job holding them off, keeping them all behind him. Again, Cody Batten third, Dylan Wilson and Corey Whitworth. And I believe, I'll have to double check, but I believe, as it's showing on my screen, Blake Majulis up there as well, running in sixth.
Now, Mike, you've seen a lot of races at Fairbury. How's this track compared to a typical Saturday night with the modifieds at Fairbury? Where would you normally see the modifieds running, in a main event when the track's been wore in?
Well, normally we have car running right around the bottom and car right on the top side, kind of like it is now. You get a couple of sliders in there, as you see, but most of the time these guys drive right around the bottom and right around the top. But a big slider from Mason Crawford for the lead. Casey going to turn him back. We got racing of plenty. Good action. Here is Dylan Wilson now up to third and 80. Cars beating and banging on each other. Back there looks like Blake Majulis, several cars as the caution comes out.
Yeah, tough break for the 71B. We had to go back to the most previous completed lap, and that showed Cody Batten in position number 5. So that's where he restarted on the restart. And since then, he fell back, and he was, I do believe, the cause of that caution right there. Got a little sideways. So a couple of cars getting together. We'll see where they'll restart Batten on this restart. But a tough break for him, as he had a great run going on into the top 5. We'll see where they'll put him on the restart.
Well, that's called the announcer's jinx. Anytime the announcer sheds a little light on a driver, we've been talking about him, and unfortunately bad luck falls upon him. So at least that's what happens when I start announcing. So we apologize, Mr. Batten, there in 71.
Yeah, great drive going on for him. We'll see where they'll line him up. But nonetheless, it's Jordan Casey, Wisconsin driver, showing the way, followed by Mason Crawford in position number 2, Dylan Wilson third, Corey Whitworth fourth, and Batten will restart in position number 5 with Blake Majulis on the outside of row number 3. I do believe we'll go green next time out of turn number 4 to be 37 laps in the book. Still 23 to go here at Falls.
23 to go here on a Friday night at the Fairbury Speedway. Can Jordan Casey hold on? Of course, his father, Terry Casey, out of New London, Wisconsin. Boy, oh boy, that 15 of Mason Crawford been awful hungry as well. We're looking to go back to green. Dylan Wilson on the move at 80 as well. Should be fun. Another slider for the race lead. Here comes the 15 of Mason Crawford. Now going to take the race lead. We'll see if Casey can take it back. He'll slide not one car, but 2 cars. Here comes the 80 of Dylan Wilson as well.
And Casey with a big slider coming in turn number 2, and we got a caution out on the speedway. Oh my goodness, the race is just heating up for the lead, and the caution comes out. Tough break. And I do believe that'll be the 10 car of Carter Batterby.
Caution out. My guy, Jared Murphy, not the way he wanted it in the night. The Indiana driver, upside down in car number 25.
Yeah, Murphy had a great run going on. Moved up into the top 5 for a little bit. Now finds himself on his lid, and I do believe his race will be done. And we have a couple of drivers out of the race. Right around 15 cars still left out on the speedway at the moment. Started with 24. That's modified racing for you sometimes. Sometimes you get those in these UMP modifieds in a racetrack like Falls. And, short 3, 4, 5 wide racing at times. You'll see contact, you'll see cautions, but you see some great racing as we saw thus far. And we'll re-rack them, restack them, and try this again one more time at a turn number 4. And race control has decided we're going to go single file.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea right now. Well, it looks like we're going to go.
And race control looks like they will call off the caution. They were ready to go green this time. Race control calls off the caution to get that single file restart in. So we did not go green that time. Pace truck will pull back out on the speedway, then pull off. We'll go green next time out of turn number 4.
Race director and owner Matt Curl going crazy down there in the infield, trying to get him single file. He's got it this time. Here we go. See if Jordan Casey can get the job done. But out front now, Mason Crawford in 15. We'll see if he can drive off into the Fairbury sunset. As laps winding down, here comes Casey. Going to light it up on the high side. With the car in 15, Mason Crawford right there to answer the call. He's showing the way at Falls on a Friday night.
40 laps down as we work lap number 41. It's 20 to go now as Mason Crawford still showing the way. Jordan Casey on the outside trying to get the big run down the front straightaway to try to make something happen. Still Dylan Wilson, Corey Whitworth, Blake Majulis rounding out the top 5. Cody Batten sitting in position number 6, bounces off the wall as we try to see if Jordan Casey can run down Mason Crawford for the race lead as they work lap number 43.
Jordan Casey continues to show the way. In car number 42. Running in that second spot in 15 will be Mason Crawford. See if he can run him down. Mason Crawford showing the way. Casey second. Or as they run.
And Casey gets a big run, taps the walls just a little bit right there, loses a little bit of momentum. Now he dips back down to the bottom, just can't quite get a full head of steam as they work single file. It's 44 laps down, still 16 to go. Laps closing down here at Falls.
We're about to see a big slider. Casey down to the inside of Crawford. There it is. Oh, and just as the caution comes out, boy, the 15 of Mason Crawford got into the front stretch wall, and the back stretch wall. Casey saw his advantage, but couldn't quite pull it off because the caution saved him.
Blake Brown, the 74, the cause of the caution here on lap number 45. It'll be 45 down, 15 to go. Race was getting really, really good, but the caution came out just as it was getting good. We'll see if these drivers can put that show together. Once again, we go back to green. Race control is going to decide to go back double file next time. They saw the single file the last time. Why not bring it back double file? It'll be 15 to go. We want to see some racing. Let's see what happens.
Well, no doubt about it. Should be fun. Sliders galore. Gordon Casey looking to put on a show. Car number 42. But right now, the man who's held him off answered the call. 15 of Mason Crawford. Those two up front doing a great job. Big shout out to Dylan Wilson. Wilson ready to pounce in 80, running in that third spot. Something happens to our two leaders here. No doubt about it. 80, Dylan Wilson. Looking to sidestep them both and take that $250. You never know. As we got 15 to go, $250 on the line. Again, want to thank TBR, Till Valhalla Racing, and Hooker Harness here tonight.
It looks like race control thought better of it. We're going to stay single file. Pace truck is in. We're going to go back to green right here at a turn number 4. Mason Crawford, the 15, back on the gas. Leading them back, it's 45 laps down, 15 to go. Jordan Casey in pursuit in position number 2.
We'll see if the 80 can anything against Dylan Wilson as they work down the back straightaway. But again, in second is the 42 of Jordan Casey. 15, trying not to make a mistake. That is Mason Crawford. Crawford continues to show the way. Casey looking for any mistake. Here comes the 80 of Dylan Wilson. They're lined up around the high side. Here it falls. Laps winding down.
Laps taken away, 47 down, 13 to go for the 15 of Crawford. And it looks like the top shelf is where you want to be right now with a big old slider coming. The 42 building up the momentum. We'll see what will happen in turn number 3 and 4. Not quite ready for it just yet as he still works single file coming around. It's still 12 laps to go here at Falls.
No doubt about it. We remember how the Prairie Dirt Classic 1 year ago ended. Brandon Shepard and Bobby Pierce with a big slide job at turns 3 and 4. Can we see it here on a Friday night? Just as I say that, Casey slips up a little bit, gets into the wall, but no slide job from the 80 of Dylan Wilson. Will stay single file on this high side. Can Casey build his momentum back up? We've got 9 to go when we come back by. What a run for Mason Crawford.
Mason Crawford's been the man to beat thus far here in the main event. If he doesn't slip up, it could be his for the taking. As we work lap number 51, they'll come around this time. It'll be 9 laps to go for the 15 machine as he works on lap number 52 now.
Well, you never know. Here at the Fairbury Speedway, could always have some fireworks. Jordan Casey into the wall. We'll see if the 80 can slip by. Here comes the slide job for the runner-up spot. Dylan Wilson down to the inside. He's going to pull off the slide job. Now he's going to take his turn and go after the 15 of Mason Crawford.
Dylan Wilson, he's got a hot rod, now has his sights set on the race leader, Mason Crawford. He's been the man to beat all night long. It'll be 53 down, 7 to go for the 15 machine. Dylan Wilson second, Jordan Casey, Corey Whitworth. Blake Majula still the top 5. Zach McSwain has pulled ahead of Batten for position number 6, but it's still Mason Crawford out front coming around. It'll be 6 laps to go.
6 to go. Dylan Wilson going to have to get going if he's got anything now. But the car number 15 of Mason Crawford continues to dominate here on a Friday night at the Fairbury Speedway. $250 on the line. 6 laps to go. Excuse me, 5 to go. 4 to go now. Laps wind down.
It's Crawford out front. Just to over a second is the lead. Just about a second is the lead over Dylan Wilson last time by. Wilson was a tenth faster, make that almost 2 tenths faster that time. 13.7 for Wilson, 13.9 for Mason Crawford. So Wilson may have a shot, as it'll be 3 laps to go this time by.
3 to go. Everybody rooting for the 80 of Dylan Wilson except one person. That's the 15 of Mason Crawford. We'll see if Crawford can hold on in car number 15 for second running. White flags out, 1 to go. Bring us home, Tommy Rowe at Falls.
We're actually on 2 to go, Mike. 2 to go as Mason Crawford still showing the way. He was actually a tick faster that time. Coming to the white flag this time. How about it, Mike? You take us home here at Falls tonight.
As he leads into turn 1 and 2. What a drive tonight for the car in 15, but they're crashing in front of him. Will stay green as he dives down to the inside. Final lap, off 4. I believe the checkered flag's out. Mason Crawford, your winner of $250.
What a drive by Mason Crawford. Dylan Wilson will pick up second. Good drive by him. Jordan Casey, strong contender all night, rounds out third. Corey Whitworth pull home a good 4th place position here tonight, with Blake Majulis rounding out the top 5. Zach McSwain, Cody Batten, 24th to 7th. Great drive by him. Round out 7th. Grant Riles, Blake Brown, and Matt Sanders will round out the top 10. The rest unofficially just yet. All right, Mike, first time calling an iRace. We saw some excitement. We saw some cautions. What was your expectations here tonight, man?
Well, no doubt about it. This was a absolute blast. I told Jeff he's got a brand new computer here. I want to thank Jeff Curl for helping me out here in Fairbury. But he's got a brand new computer. I think I'm going to haul his old computer home and set it up in my basement. My wife's not going to like it too much, but go up to my local store here. Got to support my local stores in these times, and give me a headset and see if I can't call me some more racing. This is a blast. Once you figure out the camera angles and the car numbers and stuff like that, Jeff hooked me up pretty good. It was a good time, and I appreciate everybody from VLR having me on. This is cool, man.
We're waiting on our top 3 drivers to get into the interview room. We'll give them a quick interview. I do see Dylan Wilson, Jordan Casey up there. And we'll go ahead and pull down, I do believe we'll go ahead and pull down Dylan Wilson. Our 2nd place finisher here tonight. Get a chat with him. Dylan Wilson. It's Tommy in the booth. You got a copy, man?
I do, Tommy. How's it going?
Pretty good race out there at times. Just a lot of cautions out there on the speedway. It looks like you may have had a shot at him, but unfortunately just too little too late, not enough time.
Yeah, we got destroyed there on like lap, something 10 or something, and had to come from the back and got some damage, and car wasn't driving too straight at the end. But Fairbury's known for the wall, so we were able to use the wall to keep the car straight, and I had really nothing anywhere else. So it was live or die by the wall, and it was able to get us back up to 2nd at the end, which I was surprised by, because I thought for sure I would only get to about 5th or 6th right there before the damage took over.
Well, definitely a great drive by you here tonight. 2nd place finish. You had to go towards the back, towards the beginning of the race. Great drive to come back through the field. Can't be disappointed about the 2nd place finish here tonight, bud.
No, and when you get wrecked and have to go to the back and you look at all the cars in front of you, you just think, man, I just want to survive. And to be able to survive and get up to 2nd is pretty cool, and win a couple dollars,
Well, Dylan, great drive by you here tonight. Who do you want to give a shout out to before we let you go, bud?
Thanks to D1RT Racing. Thank you to Tub Quality Threads. Thank you to WR1 Sim Chassis. Thank you to Tyler Summerlin and everybody for the sponsorship.
Well, Dylan, congratulations on your 2nd place finish here tonight. $100 in your pocket. Not too bad of a Friday night for spending a night here at Falls, and we'll see you down the road, bud.
Alrighty, thanks, guys.
That's Dylan Wilson, driver of the 80 machine, your 2nd place finisher here tonight. Not seeing our... Actually just pulled Mason Crawford into the server, and I'll let Mr. Mike Norris, the voice of Falls, take over with the interview.
I tell you what, congratulations, Mason. Tough sledding out there. but you survived a lot, and you pulled off $250 win. I do some announcing every week at the Fairbury Speedway. Man, you put on a good show. You used every groove out there. You kept them behind you. Great run.
Yeah, thank you. It was track was really racy as far as line changing. It was something else, man.
I tell you what, you got in an early battle there with Hayden Cardwell, and you stuck that out. Jordan Casey stuck his nose in there a few times and actually took the lead, but you kind of minded your P's and Q's and bid some time there. And I tell you what a drive for $250 here tonight. Congratulations, great drive.
Thank you. Yeah, with Jordan there, it was pretty much whoever got lucky enough to get a good start on the outside was going to get the job done, and that's how he got it for me and how I got it back from him. It was a pretty fun race.
Well, talk us through a few of those side jobs that make you nervous. It looks like the track really gets slicked off. How nervous are you backing her into the wall there?
If I can get low going into 3 and 4, 1 and 2 is not that bad, and if you can get low down to the tires in 3 and 4, it's not bad either. It's when you have to go through the middle and you hit the ruts going into 3, and it just bounces the car. It's really unpredictable about how far you're going to slide up the track.
Well, it's pretty crazy. You make it look very easy. Hats off to you, and I tell you what, you got to respect Jordan Casey there. Anytime you can race clean like that and have some fun, it's got to be awesome.
No, for sure. He's a really clean track guy. So anytime I can run with these guys and get a win, that feels good.
You got some sponsors today?
Jason Webb Racing, Vanderbilt Race Cars, that's it.
Well, I tell you what, congratulations, man. This is my first call on iRacing. I'm never going to forget this. So hopefully I get to call some more, and hopefully get to see you back in Victory Lane. Great job, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for commentating the deal.
All right, that was Mason Crawford, your main event winner. We're going to pull down one more driver to interview here tonight. Your third place finisher, Mr. Jordan Casey. And Mike, once again, I'll let you take it away, bud.
Well, I tell you what, Jordan, we got to see Terry Casey race here at the Fairbury Speedway. Man, you put on a whale of a show. Take us through some of those sliders, man. They were nasty.
Yeah, it was pretty fun racing with Mason there. At one point, I just said screw it, and we were going to throw down for a while. We had a bunch of room behind us, so yeah, like he said in his interview, it's pretty much whoever got that last restart on the outside before they went to single file was probably going to hold on to it unless one of us made a big mistake. And I thought I might be able to throw something at him at the end, but I couldn't run the wall as good as him or Wilson, and I just screwed up one time. That's all it took for make me fall back to third. So good win to him, and good job to Wilson on second, coming from the back.
Well, yeah, no doubt about it. Being up there in Wisconsin, we had some snow down here in Illinois. I know you guys have had some snow up there in Wisconsin. Got to love doing this iRacing. And is there a chance we see you in a super late model, or are you already in a super late model?
Oh, bud, I wish. I mean, I'm just waiting for old Terry to build me a Rayburn, a little swing arm Rayburn, something
yeah.
like that. I think I'll probably still dig at Fairbury. So,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't know, maybe in the future sometime, but right now, funds are pretty tight. Need to win a couple spring flings or something like that. Maybe 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, I understand there. Maybe you can hit up Michael Rigsby. He can help you out or something, right?
There you go. Yeah.
But I tell you what, you did a whale of a job tonight. It was fun watching you. I hope to see you at Fairbury. If you get there, hit me up. And we wish you the best with VLR. And any sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yeah, everybody at 1RT Racing, and got to thank Station 2 Bar, Gary Yonke actually sponsored me the other day, so I appreciate him. You guys for broadcasting, and got to thank Tommy for sponsoring my $10 entry, and then for like 2 days, and then I finally paid him back. Forgot to sign up, and he signed me up at last second, so appreciate him, and yeah, everybody at VLR, thanks.
You got to love it. Heck of a drive. Congratulations, Jordan. Thanks,
buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Jordan Casey, your third place finisher here tonight. And Jordan asked me the other day, if I had any spots left open for this modified race. We looked, I had exactly 1 spot, so I had to buy it for him. I had to be his personal sponsor. But nonetheless, congratulations on his run here tonight. Showed me that ticket was worth it. But Mike, I can't thank you enough for coming up here in the booth and joining us tonight for your very first iRacing event. Thank you for choosing VLR to be a part of that. And it's been a lot of fun here tonight.
Well, it definitely has. And I tell you what, Howard Weaver asked me I'm not a very, technical guy or tech swabby guy. I do not have a personal computer that's really, it's probably 10 or 12 years old. So I'm going to have to definitely get into this and get my announcing game stepped up. You and Ben do an amazing job at this. For any of those other announcers that's never done it, it is a lot harder than it looks. But boy, once you get the hang of it, it is definitely fun. So I appreciate VLR for letting me come in here. And again, would have send a big shout out to Joe White, Jeff Curl, all the fans at Falls that tuned in, all the other fans that are out there. Hopefully we get back to racing here real soon, and hopefully I can get back on here announcing.
Absolutely. It's been a lot of fun up here tonight. Also want to give a thanks once again for Till Valhalla Racing, TVR, for coming on as tonight's main event sponsor. Go check those guys out on Facebook. Till Valhalla Racing, Team TVR on iRacing. Great iRacing team. Give those a like and follow. And also Hooker Harness for coming on as our Victory Lane sponsor here this evening, making the purse $250 to the winner. It was $200. Hooker Harness came in, said, hey, let's make it $250 to the winner. So Mason Crawford picking up a $250 paycheck. Not a bad Friday night on iRacing as well. Want to thank Joe White, the man behind the plan here at OSR Racing Network. Give him a like or share. OSR Racing Network also on YouTube. This race is on Facebook, YouTube. If you need any races announced, Joe White's available pretty much every day of the week except for a couple. Just get with him and let him know. He's a great guy to work with. OSR Racing Network. Give him a like or follow on Facebook. He does a great job. And ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. We'll see you then.